have come to Derbyshire with family friends Janet and Ray to fly fish the water of the Peacock Hotel, a well-managed and successful conversion of a 17th century manor house. I'm standing on the south bank of the River Wye, adjacent to Rowsley in Derbyshire. It is to these crystal, gin-clear waters I came as a boy to fly fish with my father, a man of charm and privilege, a man to whom happiness was defined as a 9-foot split-cane fly rod, a father who took joy in the transmission of its alchemy to one or all of his 3 sons. In all sport, there is a moment of purity. For the golfer, it is the split second of impact as the clubhead drives through the ball. For the tennis player, it is in his instinctive return of serve. And for the dry fly fisherman, it is the freeze frame of time as the golden brown trout rises up through the water to take the artificial lure from the surface, a fragment of our existence which is committed forever to the hard drive of memory. The Peacock Hotel has 7 miles of natural brown trout fishing. The river flows to the east of Bakewell Bridge, passing through the Haddon Estate, until finally it merges with the River Derwent. My father would fall into this particular stretch of the river on a fairly regular basis because he had one of his eyes on the water and the other on his Rolls Bentley. Once upon a time, a herd of cows used to occupy this field, and it was in their nature to assemble around the coach-built magnificence of the Silver Cloud, and then, with their sandpapery tongues, lick off 7 of the 9 layers of paint that had been so lovingly applied to its gleaming bodywork. It would never have occurred to him that the cows were gathered about the vehicle not in bovine vendetta, but perhaps in mournful homage to their deceased brothers, whose hides now lined the capacious armchairs within. This beat of the Derbyshire Wye is a dry fly river only. That is, the angler's lure must float on the surface of the water. Only skillful casting and delicate presentation of the fly will deceive a feeding brown trout. In my childhood, we fished the rivers and tributaries of Derbyshire through wind, rain and sleet. But my abiding recollection is one of sunshine and our family dog Bimbo, a black and tan dachshund whose dedication to angling was greater than our own. The River Wye held a particular fascination for the dog, for like us, he too could clearly see our collective quarry in the clarity of the water. If the fishing had been quiet and the trout down, he would express his frustration with the species by leaning perilously out and over the edge of the bank, his buttocks and tail pointing to the sky. He would press his snout against the surface tension of the water and snarl in anger at the unsporting nature of the blue and grey shadows beneath. And my father would place the soft felt and stud sole of his wading boot against the upturned arsehole and gently launch him into the river. One moment dog, the next a canine torpedo. In life, there is only one thing better than a wild golden brown trout, and that is a dead wild golden brown trout, with a knob of butter and fresh chopped parsley. Ray and Janet have both caught fish today, which were all returned safely to the water. And I've had nothing, and it is sometimes the way. But I have the excellent restaurant of the Peacock Hotel to look forward to, and the company of good friends. So it is to here on the River Wye, as it meanders between Bakewell and Rowsley, that I have returned in the evening of my years, to a place where the river runs deep, where the native brown trout lie in crystalline suspension, the timeless flow of the water, a liquid metaphor for human lives that have passed and for those that are to come, a river of memories, a river of dreams.